Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. This week, we are going to learn more about Australia. So, today we're going to read this informational text about Australia. And then throughout the week, we will learn about some more animals in Australia. So, here is our book. It's called Discover the Continents Australia. Here's our table of contents and all the things that we're going to learn about. Let's get started. All right. The smallest continent, you can see that heading right here at the top. And it says Australia is the smallest continent. Its area is slightly smaller than the United States. So it's even a little bit smaller than where we live. In Sydney, the Opera House and Harbour Bridge are famous landmarks. Shark Bay is along Australia's western coast. Many sea animals live in its waters. So you see that word landmark is in bold. So let's remember to figure out what that word landmark means when we get to our glossary. And then here in the orange, it says, Did you know? And it has some facts for us. And it says, In Australia, summer begins in December and winter begins in June. So Australia is in the southern hemisphere, which means that the seasons are opposite to ours. So we're getting ready to start summer, they're getting ready to start winter. The outback covers much of Australia, but only 60,000 people live there. A huge rock in the outback called Uluru is 5.8 miles around at its base. So I remember in our other informational text about Australia, we saw that big rock. And the Great Barrier Reef is the world's biggest coral reef system. And here's a little picture of the Great Barrier Reef. And again, that caption helps to tell us what the picture is showing. All right, where is Australia? Australia is in the southern and eastern hemispheres. Ooh, another word in bold to hear about in the glossary. Water completely surrounds it. The Indian Ocean lies to Australia's west. To the east is the Pacific Ocean. Small islands lie off of Australia's coast. The largest, Tasmania, is to the south. Here's a little arrow pointing to Tasmania. All right, this heading is the land and climate. So we know that on these two pages, we're going to be learning about the land and climate of Australia. And here, this caption on this photo says the Australian outback. So this is what the outback looks like. Australia is mostly hot and dry. The outback covers Western and Central Australia. This area has many deserts. The Great Dividing Range of mountains rises along its eastern coast. Vast grasslands cover northern Australia. And then it has this cool map of Australia. And in the orange is the Australian outback. And then this purple are the grasslands. And then here's the Great Dividing Range. And that's that yellow line going all the way down. And here's what it looks like. It's like a big split. Tropical rainforests are found in northern Australia. Cooler rainforests trail down the eastern coast. The colorful Great Barrier Reef is off the northeastern coast. This long coral reef system was built up by many small coral skeletons. So here is a picture of the rainforest, and here's a picture of the Great Barrier Reef. The plants and animals. Daisies and other wildflowers bloom on the grasslands. In the deserts, acacia and baobab trees grow. Eucalyptus forests are found in eastern Australia. In the tropical rainforest, native cherries and plums ripen. Wax flowers climb up trees. And then right here, here's a picture of a wax flower. Here's some plums. Here's a baobab tree and a eucalyptus forest. Many animals are found only in Australia. Kangaroos hop across the grasslands. Koalas and kookaburras sit in eucalyptus trees. In Australia's rivers, platypuses dive for food. Clownfish and angelfish swim through the Great Barrier Reef. Seahorses hide in the coral. So those are the animals that we're going to be learning about this week. The kangaroo, the koala, the kookaburra, and the platypus. Those are some awesome animals. The people. Australia is the only continent that is a single country. It has 6 states and 2 territories. Nearly 23 million people live in Australia. Ooh, excuse me. Most Australians live in cities along the coast. Few people live in the outback. However, many of Australia's native peoples make homes there. So here are all the different parts of Australia. Sydney is Australia's largest city. About 4.5 million people call it home. The many Australians, people in Sydney enjoy outdoor activities. They hike through national parks. In the ocean, they snorkel and surf. Australians value their continent's beautiful landscapes. So here are some fast facts about Australia. Its size is it's 2,970,000 square miles, so it's the smallest continent. It has one country. The country is Australia. The number of people, 22.8 million people. Place with the most people, Sydney, Australia. Top natural resources, natural gas, iron, coal, gold, and precious gems. And then here are the top landmarks. You have Sydney Opera House, Great Barrier Reef, Uluru, and Shark Bay. And here's our glossary with our new words that we've learned. So we saw that word area. Area means a region's size. We saw the word continent. Continent, one of the 7 main lands on Earth. The continents are Africa, Antarctica, Asia, Australia, Europe, North America, and South America. Then we have coral. Coral is a small ocean animal whose skeleton makes up a coral reef. Coral reef is a structure made of coral that usually grows in shallow seawater, and it can be so many different beautiful colors. Hemisphere. Hemispheres are halves of the globe. The equator and the prime meridian divide Earth into different hemispheres. Landmarks are important structures or places. Native means originally from a specific place. Outback is the large inland area of Australia where few people live. Snorkel is to swim using a tube to breathe underwater. Territories are areas of land that belong to a country. Tropical rainforests are thick green forests that lie in the hot and wet regions near the equator. And vast means really broad or large. So thank you for joining me today for listening about Australia, and tomorrow we are going to start to explore some of those animals, including the kangaroo, the koala, the kookaburra, and the platypus. So I look forward to seeing you back here for that. Have a great day.